Hey guys, Tyler here, and this is the Garage Warrior podcast and videocast, and I'm super excited today to have on the call with me the Betty Rocker. How's it going today?
What's up, Tyler? Hi, guys.
So I'm just going to call you Rocker for the call because that's what I've been calling you for a while. We ended up meeting through a mutual friend of ours, Mike Whitfield, a little while back, and we got on a Skype call just to chat about each other's businesses and hit it off like crazy. Right, so I was totally happy to get on a call with you and everything, and so I'm really happy to introduce you to my Garage Warrior community. And so for people who don't know who you are, why don't you just give us kind of like a 50,000-mile view? Who are you, and what are you hoping to teach people today?
Well, first of all, I'm so psyched to meet the Garage Warrior team because I think that's like the most badass community ever. um, so one of my things that I'm totally into are these things called anywhere workouts, and I teach them all the time. And I kind of like go guerrilla style with like a video camera into the city or into the woods or just like wherever the hell I happen to think is cool and film these fitness videos just with body weight because I think that body weight exercises are so they're so like the way to go, like to really like get yourself shredded. I mean, I like all forms of exercise, don't get me wrong, but I like to empower people with fitness no matter where they are. So
Sure.
yeah, one of my favorite things to do. That's why I like your garage style workouts. I think they're so cool. But yeah, so one of the things I do a lot of is film these anywhere workouts with body weight. And then of course I'm very passionate about nutrition. I've been teaching people how to cook healthy, simple meals for the last, 4 or 5 years. And I have some, healthy eating guides and cookbooks and stuff. I'm really into green smoothies. They're so key in fat loss and fitness and just being healthy. And I got all these like little birds. They're so beautiful. They just like fly out, they like sit on my doorstep and like stare at me. They're like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? So I was just like, if I get distracted, it's because there's a freaking bird like, hello, Bree.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. So I like where you come from, where you're talking about empowering people. And I can tell that you obviously live in a beautiful location. We're actually gonna hang out later on in this week, so it'll be cool to check out your pad and get some videos and stuff shot. But aside from all that stuff, I like how you empower people because one of the biggest problems I see with people from within my community, other people's communities, is everybody's making excuses about time, equipment, knowledge, right? So how do you approach that? If somebody comes to you and their first thing, let's talk about exercise, like, I don't know what to do, I don't have any time, I don't have any equipment. How do you handle that?
Well, I think that is a lot more than just about, I don't have any time, I don't have any equipment. I think it's
Right.
mostly like, it's a mental thing, right? Like
Sure.
if you feel like I'm not motivated, how do I get myself motivated? I just kind of want to smack you and be like, stop being so selfish. I mean, I'm sorry, I know that sounds really tough, but the truth is, it's all about your choices in life,
Right.
like what you choose to do with your time. And I know we all are busy and we have kids and families and businesses and all this stuff going on, but at the end of the day, like when you lay your head down on the pillow at night, can you ask yourself, did I do absolutely everything I could today to make this the best day possible? Because you only get like a certain number of days in your life, and
Right.
like you have to find a way to make the most of it. So people are like, oh, well, how do I stay motivated all the time? And I'm like, okay, the number one secret to staying motivated is just sharing what you know with other people. I would say, I know I said you're being selfish. You're being selfish by like whining to me about exercise, but the truth is you are being selfish. Like, stop worrying about yourself all the time and think about the example you're setting for your kids. Think about the example you want to be setting for your friends. Think about what you could share with your mom that might help her actually, with something. I mean, I tell my students all the time, like, teach your mom how to make a green smoothie. Teach somebody a workout they could do at home. I don't care. You don't have to be a fitness instructor. You can share what you're learning with other people, and it will motivate the shit out of you because it works for me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. It seems like people who like learn and share with passion really learn the lessons that they're trying to teach. I can't remember what the phrase is, but it's you know learn to teach, teach to share, share to know, and know it's something. I'm butchering in that, but anyways. But the point is, like, you want to learn something, and once you learn something, you need to teach something in order to really, really understand it, and so that's really powerful.
It's the secret, and I feel like we all have that capability inside of us. So I'll stand here in front of you and teach you everything I know, and then whatever nuggets that you take out of that, and you can share with other people in your life, that's what it's about, because that will empower you, because you know you're capable of this stuff. You totally do. But I want to address like that. How do I have time for exercise, right?
Sure.
Like in my own life, okay, I've now chosen to live in the woods, off the grid, in a completely like place that's, I have to drive now to go to the gym and work out. And a lot of days I really don't feel like it, because it takes me 20 minutes to get to the gym. Then I got to get ready. Then I got to work out for an hour. Then I got to drive home, and I'm hungry, so I'll stop and get food. So I'm gone from my house for a good 2.5 hours when I go to the gym. And I know I'm not alone in that. And that's tough. If you work a 9-to-5 job and you want to go work out after work, and I mean, it just takes time away from your family. It takes time away from like the stuff you want to be doing. So that's why I really like these like fat blasting. I'm all about efficiency with these workouts, right? So that's the reason I film them everywhere, is because I feel like I don't care. You could be in your kitchen. You could be on a boat. You could be in the woods. You could be in the city. You could be pretty much anywhere. You don't need to be wearing fancy shoes. You don't need to be wearing anything. And you do each of these moves for a minute. And I usually, the way that I've been training for years is I do 7 moves. I do each move for a minute, and then I just repeat the circuit 3 times. And sometimes I can't make it for a full minute from these crazy ass circuits I write for myself, but I just like hang in there for as long as I can. And man, by like the 10-minute mark, I am sweating my face off. And you know that is it's a lot more effective to work against a clock than to like be like, okay, I'm going to follow this little routine and do some bicep curls now. I mean, for me at least, that really galvanizes me, because I'm motivating myself, right? I don't have a trainer that's telling me, come on, let's go. I mean, sometimes I hire a trainer. I think that's a great way to get yourself motivated, but you know, I can't afford that all the time. So, you know, I guess that's my very long answer to that. How do you get motivated to work out? That is it.
Well, I like what you said there. It was something you said that was real powerful, real simple. It's like you said, hey, when I'm busy and I don't have the time to go do all that big fancy stuff, I pick 7 exercises. I do them for a minute each, and I hit that circuit 3 times. I mean, you're talking about 20, 25 minutes there, and it's so simple. I can relate to that, because the other day I was feeling like, you know, I had to drain the tank. You know, like I had a little bit of energy left over, that if I was going to put my head on the pillow at night, I wasn't going to be able to sleep well. And so I just went outside and I just did 500 rope skips, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-outs. You know what I mean? Took like 9 minutes or something like that. Super fast. And then I just go inside, take a shower, eat some dinner, and I felt so much better going to bed having done that than if I had just pushed off a workout for the day. Because I was that close. You know, I was that close to being like, forget about it. I'm not going to do anything today.
It doesn't have to be 7 moves. Recently I've been doing an Around the Body series where I do 5 moves and I pick a specific part of the body, and I just do 5 moves that target that all body weight. And that's 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I mean, you could just do 2 of those circuits in 10 minutes. And like you said, it just makes you go to bed at night feeling like, I did the things that I needed to do today. I actually give myself a daily rating every day, and it's on a 3-2-1 scale. And like, if I give myself a 3, it's because I know that when I lay myself down at night, that I did absolutely everything that was important to me by the principles that I live, right? Like, if it was a scheduled day that I wanted to do a workout, I did something. It didn't have to be like a freaking hour or even 30 minutes. That I did something, that I did my best with the time that I had that day. And, you know, I did my best with my food. And I also remembered to like be grateful for the things I have, and was a good person. And like, that's my number. That's a 3-day, right? So yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to count calories and track all this other stuff, but I just like giving myself a daily rating that like measures the important things about how I feel about my day.
Well, I think that's cool. I think that's a really cool way to go about it, because there's something interesting about when people track too much, they get so inundated with it that I see no stick to it. You know what I mean? Like, I see people maybe go, like I had one client, she was so diligent about everything, and we went about 6 months. And granted, it was amazing the transformation she had, but after 6 months, she just couldn't do it anymore. She couldn't track the calories and keep up the workouts and this and that. It's not a life.
It's not a lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle. I will say that I've also, I mean, I think any of us in the fitness industry, we know how to count calories. We know what to do. And to any of you guys listening, I think that if you want to track calories, I think it's an awesome exercise. It's a great thing to learn. It's great to know about food in that way, but it's just like the number on the scale. A calorie isn't going to tell you the nutrient density in a food, just like the number on the scale isn't going to tell you how much fat to how much muscle you have. I mean, these are just stupid arbitrary numbers that they're good to know about. They're good to know, but there's so much more to it than that. So And there's also like this component that I've started to learn. I'm 37 now, feel fucking awesome. And I have to say that what's making me feel this good right now is not tracking my calories or how many days a week I work out or like judging myself of all this shit. It's actually balance. It's like being really happy with knowing the components that make me happy, the things that I need to do for myself, and really doing them. And when I choose to deviate, I deviate like, I'm sorry, I'm going to swear again. I deviate like a motherfucker, and I have a blast. I mean, I go out with my friends, and I make myself take those days. I don't even have to make myself, but I schedule those days. Those are a choice for me, and I truly, truly enjoy them because they're just as important as all of the rest of this stuff that I've learned and know enough to incorporate into my lifestyle, so that I can be happy and like have an awesome life.
Yeah, it's so important that you schedule that stuff in because, as somebody, like I'm the same way as a lot of people look up to me for advice and they expect me to be perfect in a lot of ways. And so I try to put in my writing, my blog posts, like I am not perfect. Like I wrote a whole huge article last week about this huge anxiety attack that I thought I was having a heart attack on because to be honest, I was in this hospital bed and I was like, I don't know if I want to share this with anybody. And then I was like, you know what? And I told my dad, take a picture right now, because he was with me. I was like, take a picture. This is going to be a good lesson for everybody to learn. You can't burn the candle at both ends all the time and not expect a result. And so I think that's cool. You got to be able to have those days where you can kick your heels up, be a real person, and not have to be this like constantly perfect guru with all this pressure on your shoulders, right?